Hey guys, I wanted to come and show you how we do our lap books here. We are currently doing lap books for the 50 states. We started late 2015 going into 2016, and we have made it all the way up to Florida, so we still have a long way to go. And the lap booking that I'm going to show you is for my 5-year-old kindergartner. So I'm going to jump right into it and show you the materials that we use and how I use them in our lap booking. So the first item I'm going to show you is called the State Report Projects for Any State. And at the top it says it's for grades 4 through 8. This book I got for free off of Craigslist. The first page I'm going to show you that we use are these blank I guess you can call them cards or little borders. And they have the state flag, the state flower, the state bird, the state tree, state animal, and the state gem. And then on the back, there's a couple more on the back. You have the state fish and the state nickname, and then there's 2 blank ones right here. So what I do is I make multiple copies of both of these pages, and I do that at my local library. The next page I'm going to show you in the same book are these state patterns. And what I did was I went ahead and I made a copy, I made a copy of these pages as well. There you go. Alright, the next book I use to help us with our lap booking is America's 50 States, and you also see that on the this is the cover page for our binder where we keep all our lap books once they're done. And I got this book from the Target dollar spot a couple of years ago. And what I do is I go to the library and I make a color copy of these pages. And I'm going to leave this page open because I'm going to show you Alaska, because that's one of these lap books I have out. And I'm going to show you how I use this page in our lap book. And then the last book we use is this coloring book, and I got this for free as well. And here's Alaska. And again, what I do is I just go to the library and I make a copy of these pages. Okay? So those are the 3 things that we use for our lap books. And the only other thing I do is I go to the library and I print off some images that also go along with the state, because we currently don't have a printer here at our house. So the lap book I'm about to show you is Alaska, and this is a red folder. I do have some some people call them vanilla or manila folders, but I have both. I have red and manila folders, and you just take the folder. When you get it, it comes like, when you get the folder, they come like this. And then you just open it up and you fold the flaps in. Trying to make sure you guys can see. And then you just take the flap, you open the folder up, and then you just fold the flaps in like that. And then I write the state on the outside. So this is Alaska. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how I use these borders in our lap book. So what I do is I cut out the border, and this is the state flower. And then we have the state bird here, the state flag here on this border, and we have the state gem on this border. And so we take those out, and then we find the pictures that go with the border. And that's where the coloring book comes in for us. So what I did was, like I said, I made a copy of this page, and then I cut the forget-me-not out, and then we go to the computer and we find and we look at the forget-me-not and we see what color it is, and then I have my little one color the forget-me-not, or that flower, the color that it is, and then we talk about the flower and where it grows and stuff like that. This bird is the willow pentagram, or pentagram. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It's a challenging word to pronounce. But I printed this off the computer in color, and I wrote the name down, and then we talked about this bird and where it lives in Alaska, what it eats, its habitat and things of that nature. Another thing you guys will see right here is the state word Alaska. And that also came from the coloring book. And like I said, I just cut it off. I cut it out. And then I just have my little one just kind of color it. And then the igloo also came from the coloring book. And then another thing that we do in the lap book is, if I can try to find a popular food item, I will print that off and we'll put it in the lap book. Also, you guys will see down here, you will see the state shape. And so what I do is I have my little one glue the state shape on here, and then he colors it. And then right here, we also have the whole map. And then you can see right here that Alaska is shaded in. So what he does is he'll take his crayon and draw a line from the state shape to its shadow on the map. Now, you guys have to forgive me because this is my first time ever doing like a talk through about a lap book, so I'm kind of a little bit nervous. So I feel like I'm just kind of jumbling around and bouncing around, so just forgive me for that. I'll get better at that. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is this page. And like I said, this is out of the America's 50 states. And this is Alaska. And like I said, I went ahead and I made this page. When I copied it, I made it in color. I copied it in color. So what we do with that is I take the little, I guess you could say, biography of the state. Or, here we go. Wrong one. I take the biography of the state, and then, take the biography of the state, and then I read it to my little one, and then I have him glue it on his lap book. What else? And then we also have the moose, which came from the coloring book. And then we also do a famous, I don't want to say a famous person, but we try to do like an activist, a scientist, a teacher, somebody from that state. And I print that off from the computer. And then a little biography. Now, I don't read the whole biography to my little one because some of the words he doesn't understand. But I try to give him a brief description to where he can understand what that person did. And this woman, Elizabeth, she lived in Alaska, and she tried to help have civil rights in Alaska. And so basically I just explained it to my little one as she was a lady that helped other people try to be treated fairly. And he got what that meant. And then we also have the state sport, which is dog mushing right there. And then right here we have the capital city, which is Juneau. And I also took this off of the page that was in the coloring book. And I just cut that out and we put it in the lap book. So that's one lap book. that we did. And I'm going to show you one more. And the next one I'm going to show you is California. And this one is slightly different because as we started doing more of these lap books, I realized I need to write some more things in here for my little one. And so that's really the only thing that changed, is I just wrote some more facts. But as you can see, same thing. I took the biography of the state, and then this has the state shape on here, and we just put it in this book, and then he circled the capital there, and then there's the state flag, and then the state sport, or I don't want to say state sport, but a sport that's very popular in California is surfing, and I had him color the surfer in the water, and then I wrote that surfing is an activity or sport that people do in California. And then up here he has his label, California, and then it also has the nickname of the state. And that's the same for Alaska. So in the coloring book, all the state names also has their nicknames underneath as well. So I thought that was cool. Back to California. So then down here he has California. He colored it, and then he drew a line to its shadow on the map. And you guys that probably hear Biggs in the background, he's just waking up from a little nap. And then we have our grizzly bear. And then we read about the grizzly bear, and then I just asked my little one to tell me a couple of things about the grizzly bear, like what does it eat. And he told me that grizzly bears eat fish, clams, crabs and berries, and I wrote that down. And then we also have the state gym right here, and we wrote a little fact about this gym as well. And then up here on this top part we have California's state fruit, which is the avocado. And then I wrote some facts about the avocado. And then we have their state flower, which is the golden poppy. And then our person that we learned about for California is Rachel Robinson, and that's Jackie Robinson's wife, and she was a teacher. And then the state bird is the California Valley quail. Trying to get it in view. There we go. And then I wrote a couple of facts about that. So I like doing these lap books, and I like it because it's interactive. Little gets to help put this together, and he's also learning about geography. He's also learning about social studies because he's learning about a person and what they did and how they contributed to society. And so I can't wait to see us finish the rest of the 50 states. Like I said, right now we are on Florida, and we have to finish that up. And then, like I said, really quickly, because I'm going to wrap this up, I took this binder, this white binder, and then I made a copy, a color copy of the map that's inside this book, and we put it in here as our cover page. And then at the top I have my little one's name, and I have the year that we started the lap booking, and then when we're done I'm going to put the year that we completed. And I'm just going to show you guys real quick. So we have Alabama. I already showed you guys Alaska. We have Arizona. There's Arizona. We have Arkansas. The pages. The book is closing. Arkansas. And that's the lady from Arkansas that we did. Dr. Joyce Elders. And so on and so forth. Because it would take a while to just go through this. But I just wanted to show you guys our lap book and how we do it. Like I said, it's very simple. I use materials that I already have. The only thing I have to do is just go to my local library to make copies and to print things like the person that we're going to talk about, or food or sport that may not be in my coloring book or in this book. And basically, I say all of this to say that if you want to do lap booking, it's not a scary process. You just do make it as easy as you want to make it, or you can make them as more complex as you want to. And also go through your house and see what you have. I mean, as you guys can see, I get a lot out of just these 3 books. So I'm very thankful about that. And that saves me a lot of money. I don't want to say a lot of money, but it saves me, some money, because I don't have to go to my library and get books out that, has the state shape or facts about it. I get all of that within these 2 books, and then using the internet here at my house, I can get more information that I can read off to my little one. So that is it. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys all again soon. Bye.